Okay, so we're here with Dr. Barbie. He's come all the way down from Pilot Mountain to actually do allergy treatments himself. So, Ted, tell me, how long have you been suffering with allergies for?
Long as I can remember. Next month I'll be 53, and long as I can remember, I've had allergies, and they seem to progressively get worse as I've gotten older.
Like seasonal allergies or mold? What?
Well, it would be worse at that time, and I was allergic to dust, mold, seasonal pollens and things, chemicals, life in general, it seemed. I had allergic reactions all the time. I kept congested nose, sneezing year round, but it would be worse at time when pollens and molds and things like that were worse. So I had allergy symptoms all the time, but worse seasonally.
What did you do as far as treatment goes?
Gosh, everything you can think of. Uh, the usual, from as a child going to a pediatrician and taking the prescription meds, which anything that was strong enough to actually help me with symptoms seemed to put me to sleep. Of course, I couldn't be alert in school like I wanted to and all like that, so we ended up trying to do the allergy treatment things then on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't really seem to work that well. Some of them did, but again, if it helped, it would tend to knock me out, and I was looking for a place to lay down for a while. So
Right.
as I grew up, became a teenager, it seemed to get worse. And then I was reaching for everything from over-the-counter meds to take, uh, nasal sprays, use those a lot. And of course they have, if you use them consistently, they have the rebound effect.
Sure.
So they'll actually get where they bring the congestion on more. Your body accommodates to them. So I've tried everything from the over-the-counter nasal sprays to more recently, in more recent years, some of the homeopathic natural sprays, saline solutions. Uh, Also went through 3 years of taking allergy shots, about 2 a week.
Wow.
The expense and having to do the injections myself, which would have been fine if it actually helped more. I might could say that it helped some. It reduced the symptoms some, took the sharpness off of it, but I still had allergies. But I had nothing else to try. And being a chiropractor and a naturopathic physician, in my practice we do not only chiropractic, we do acupuncture and a lot of nutrition. So over the years I've tried everything nutritionally, herbally, homeopathic wise to help it, and some things would help to different degrees, but nothing really nailed it. So whether it was prescription meds or natural remedies, I was basically anchored to having to take something every day. So for the last few years, I just simply took over-the-counter med every day, every morning, just to subdue my symptoms enough where I could go into the office and practice. And I've been fortunate that I've had a good practice, and I was still able to go in regular. But I always, and patients could tell, I had either congestion all the time, or bouts sneezing or sniffling. I had a lot of sinus infections over the last 5 years, a lot of sinus infections. And I didn't like doing the antibiotic thing and stuff like that. So, gosh, when I heard about it, I've been following for a couple years now the techniques that you use with allergy elimination.
Mm-hmm.
And I began to realize when I heard about the approach to it now that the body, it really is the body coming in contact with things that are irritants, and then the body somehow or another miscommunicates, and the body reacts to a simple irritant as an allergen. And the body's stance is, when it comes in contact with stuff like pollens that you do every day, the body's reaction is, this may somehow affect my survival. It's going to threaten me somehow. So you go into an allergic reaction, you do the histamine response, you get a histamine release throughout the body. So your body literally goes on an attack to attack the pollens and the mold or dust mites and things. And unfortunately, while the body's doing that unnecessary attack, you have to have the allergy symptoms: congestion, sneezing, itchy, runny eye, watery nose, eyes watering, puffy face, things like that. And difficult to sleep. I think a lot of people have apnea that is probably worse than it would be if they didn't have the allergies. So
Sure.
finding out about this and knowing that you can recommunicate the body to know that simple irritants are just that. They're irritants, and the body does not have to attack it because it's not going to threaten its survival. Makes so much more sense. The allergy treatments, I guess I've had 7 now of my 12 treatments.
Yep.
So I'm not even through. I'm just barely over halfway through. On the second or third visit, of course, I couldn't take my daily allergy meds over the counter when I was doing the treatment. So I came down without any meds for 2 days. And of course, I was congested when I came in for the treatment. So I couldn't breathe well through my nose. About midway through the second or third treatment, my nose opened, and it's been open since. And it's actually odd and weird for me to sit here and realize I can breathe normally through my nose, which is, unless I was heavily medicated, I couldn't do before. And very frustrating being a doctor treating people with conditions and trying to encourage them to take the natural method of doing treatments and things, and trying to sell natural health when about the only way I could get through a day was being medicated myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice actually not having to take anything.
Sure. So I'm sure you've noticed your staff and your own patients, probably even your family, has noticed a difference in you.
Yeah, Mom, just talking to her on the phone, she knew how I've suffered all these years, and Mom mentioned how my voice has returned to normal and is consistent every time she talks with me. Before, I didn't realize it, but I guess being nasally and congested, that my voice would change, and of course a mom can recognize that in her child.
Oh, yeah.
So she's made comments on that, and yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you're doing well, and look forward to even helping you even more in
Good
the
deal.
future.
Alrighty.
All right.